Hello, so welcome to the October Europlanet Society webinar for our lovely members. Today's session is going to be about mentoring, so we will just give it a few minutes for people to join. We're lucky today in that we have an international team of panelists. So we've got Edita in Lithuania. We have Jen DeWitt, our evaluation officer, who's been looking at the mentoring program in Texas. And we have Giannina in Mexico. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Anita Hewitt. I'm the secretary of the Europlanet Society. And I am also working with Edita on the mentoring program as part of our community support activities within the Europlanet 2024 research infrastructure. So yes, we will just give it a couple of minutes just to let everybody join. So I think Edita will give a presentation to begin with, and then we will have a discussion. We'll hear a little bit, hopefully, from Giannina and Jen about their experiences and thoughts on the mentoring program, a bit about some of the impacts and outcomes that have been coming out of the program. Edita, do you want to try sharing your screen?
Yes.
And let's get
that. I will share my screen. Yeah.
Superb. That works brilliantly.
Okay. I'm just trying to check if I can move my slides. Yeah, good. So, what do you think? Shall we start?
Yeah, I think so.
As Anita presented, I am the person who answers all the emails related to Europlanet Mentorship program here in Europlanet community. And I would like to introduce myself. I'm Lithuanian living and working in Vilnius. And I am a senior researcher at the Institute of Theoretical Physics and Astronomy. And my scientific research is related to spectroscopy of stars and possible planet hosts and to galactic chemical evolution. And in Europlanet, I'm responsible, as I said, responsible of a mentorship program. So today we have an interesting astronomical event, not only because we're here for the mentorship program, but we also had just recently partial solar eclipse. And I just took a screenshot of a time and day page where they broadcasted from different places around the globe this nice solar eclipse. And actually Molėtų Observatory also participated in this live broadcast. But as you can see, the weather in Molėtų Observatory was like this today. So no stream from our side for the first time. So that's sad. But here I would like you to ask a question to know where you are from. So I will have this quiz that I will try to share with you. If you can now join this Slido either by scanning this QR code or joining at Slido.com with this number and answer to us the question, where are you joining us from? Just to know what kind, where you are from today. So take your cell phones or either type slido.com and enter this pool number. I see that already someone is participating. I will also participate to see the statistics. So I take a picture of QR code and it brings me to the question where I can fill in. Also, I ask you to participate and join. And I hope you had time to do. So let's try. So we have 12 participants. We still have someone trying to type in. And it's my first time that I'm using Slido, so Anita will help me if I correct. I think I need just to hit enter, and the poll will give us answers. Where you are from? Yeah, so we have majority from Lithuania, probably Brazil, UK, Germany, Texas. We have Texas. We have Turkey. We have Mexico, Switzerland, Canterbury, Belgium, Vilnius. It's very nice to see so many different people joining us today, so thank you. But today I would like continue on. Thank you for your submissions. So today, I don't know if everyone from you knows about the mentoring opportunity, but this presentation will be new for those who don't know, and those who know already, you will hear again how we are going with this mentorship program. So 2 years ago, in August 2020, Europlanet launched this program to support early career professionals, working majority in planetary sciences, but also related fields. And from the application, I know that many of them are working actually in planetary sciences, but we also let people who are not especially in planetary sciences join. For example, people who do exoplanets, they also are in our program. As I said, the program helps to develop the expertise for young researchers, ask their colleagues or the mentors questions, discuss the career plans. And what is the most important thing, that this program is voluntary, it's informal and confidential. And mentors and mentees are engaging with each other in the manner that's flexible and suited to their individual working environment. And again, I would like you either to type, either to scan this QR code and go to our webpage, where the basic and most important information about this program is located. So it's Europlanet Society /mentoring, and here you'll find a lot of information about the program. Frequently asked questions are called About section, how to enroll in the program, section for mentors, mentees, ask our advice, and code of conduct. So again, I wanted to ask another poll question, which is important for us to know if you ever visited this this page before, not today, but before coming to this webinar. Have you ever visited this question? Again, I ask you to submit your answers. I will do this myself. It's not very fair because I was probably the one who helped to build this page. So my answer for sure will be yes. I've been in this page because I hear from people during the conferences that the first time hear about mentorship opportunity and they never seen this webpage before. So it's good to learn today if from us today. So we have 86% that visited the page and 40% that not visited the page before. So it's quite good. So we know that the majority of you here are familiar with our webpage. Okay, so as I said, all the information that you might need or you want to learn is in this mentorship page. and how this enrollment of our program works. So first step is that people need to identify the mentoring strengths and needs and enroll as a mentor or as a mentee. And then when we have your application, we start to do the matching between mentors and mentees. And you should assess the guidelines. When we match the pair, we send a typical email with the information that mentee can see the mentor that been matched and the details, I mean, email address. And then mentee should contact the mentor via email and decide on the first meeting. They can choose whatever platform, Skype, Zoom, or whatever other platform they want to have this meeting on. And one of the most important things is that mentee should prepare for the meeting in such way that he or she should prepare the goal. What is the mentoring goal of this meeting? And in general, mentoring goals. And then just engage and develop during the mentorship and plan the future, because future is also very important for both for mentors and mentees, because both mentor and mentee should know how long they plan to have this mentorship, and we advise that it's really up to them, because it depends what kind of goals they want to achieve at the end. And the most important enrollment step is review and provide feedback on the mentorship, because for us it's the most important thing if we want to have a nice platform, a nice program for the future and for the coming pairs. So who are our mentors? Our mentors are at many different stages of their careers, and they have experience in working in planetary sciences and related fields. And the most important thing that they are prepared and willing to invest time and effort to support their career scientists by sharing their own experience, listening to the mentees' career plans, and helping to evaluate in a constructive manner. And we advise that our mentees are grad student and early career professionals, typically less than 7 years after their last degree of the time of application. And again, I want to stress that this program is voluntary and confidential, and everyone, each pair works in their works as they decide how frequently they want to meet, what are the goals of this program and this mentorship. And I would like during this seminar just mention few key questions that you might have when you start this program or you plan to apply for this program. And I took several frequently asked questions from our webpage, but all those questions are there. And if you feel like tired of reading, you can just email us your mentorship at Europlanet Society, and we can answer for you your question. And here I want just to mention that the first how mentoring works. So I just mentioned that it's on informal and voluntary, and you can think of mentor as experienced and trusted advisors, and it's a confidential relationship between two people. And how to plan your mentorship. To prepare for your first meeting, you might wish to exchange details like CVs and biographies or links, and agree on mutual conversation method for making contact. And as a mentee, you should let your mentor know the sort of issues you would like to discuss and the type of help you require. As a mentor, you should indicate areas in which you feel that you are able to help. And at your first meeting, you also should agree how frequently you want to interact, 1 meeting per term, once per month, etc., and the length of your mentorship partnership. As I mentioned, we recommend 12 months, but it's really up to you to decide how long it should take or how short it should take, okay? And how long it takes for mentor and mentee to be matched. As we say in the webpage, we take this matching seriously, and we try to find synergies between mentors and mentees research areas, and it takes time, as you noticed, if you are the part of the program, while we find a suitable match. And who is responsible for this whole process? We think that it's a responsibility from both, but since we are looking for mentor for the mentee, we advise that mentee should take an active role in writing an email to mentor and arranging this whole process. And also mentors have responsibility to act professionally and do not mislead or to reduce the confidence of the mentee. I think this is understandable and a very important thing to mention. What I learned during those 2 years in this program, that if there is kind of conflict of interest between the mentor and mentee, how we matched, we look for mentor that is close to the area of the mentee, and also we actually write to mentor asking if this potential mentee is suitable for the mentor. We do not say the name or the university, we just provide the academic level, scientific field of interest, and also the aim of this mentorship. So mentor is the one who decides if he is eligible to help that mentee. So when we get the mentor's confirmation that he accepts this mentee, we match the pair. But sometimes there are different things in the world, and if you feel like it's a conflict of interest, we ask you to write us back as soon as possible, and we can decide if this pair is not going to work, and then we can look for other mentor for this mentee. And also the other thing that I wanted to mention today, sometimes, usually, students and mentees are providing their Gmail or not university email addresses, and sometimes happens that their email to mentor or even to us goes to the spam box, and I would advise, as everyone else, to check their spam box if you are expecting to receive a mentee email. And also the same things goes for mentees to check their spam box, because usually this is the case when mentor never gets email from mentees because the email from mentor sits in their spam box. And if you feel like having more answers how this program works, email us or visit this frequently asked question about section in the page, and we have more listed questions. I can actually show them here. More questions where you can learn the answers. But again, email mentors@europlanetsociety.org. I'm quite good in responding emails fast, so I will give you the answer shortly. And today I want to present updated statistics on the program. So we received by today 60 applications in 2 years' time when the program started, talking about applications from mentees. So 60 applications, and I here tried to list countries where those applications came from, the biggest circles meaning the highest number of applications. And you can see that the number is quite big. And I looked at the current academic status of the mentees, and we see that the majority of them are PhD students that apply to our program. And then comes master students, also a big percentage, postdocs, several bachelor students. And after this Europlanet Science Congress, we get one application from a high school student who is a young enthusiast, astronomy enthusiast, and he wanted to be in the program. So I couldn't resist to accept his application. And if we look at the statistics in gender balance, we see that the majority, 55%, almost half, indicated to be female, and 38% said in the application they are male. And if we look at the status of applicants' mentors, we see that the number is smaller. It's 41 applications from senior researchers that would like to be a volunteer and help mentees. So I encourage to apply everyone and to invite everyone, because you will see in few slides the benefits of being mentors actually. So again, we see that our mentors, as today we saw in the pool, are not only Europe, it's also America, and we also have people from different continents in the globe. So it's quite a broad range of different institutions and different countries. Also, if you go to our page in the section for mentors, and also in the mentee section, you can find a gallery of our mentors who agree to be public in their application. Does it mean that they are only the ones who are participating in the program? We also have opportunity by applying not to be a public mentor. There is an option not to be a public, so it's fine as well. So we ask in the application, have you been a mentor before? And you can see that majority at their application have not been mentored before, and 41% said yes. This number shouldn't be taken too much into consideration, because 41 application, it means that 41 people, but some mentors have more than one mentee. Okay, so when they started application, maybe they had not been mentors before, but up to date, they probably already have 2 or 3 mentees. And again, gender balance is quite good, 44% females and 49% males, and we also left an option not to disclose their gender. So I would like to go to the second part of this talk, and not the second, at the end of this talk, saying that we, after 2 years, we have several success stories, but it doesn't mean that we know all of them. It's just the stories that we know that mentees and mentors wanted to share with us. So this mentorship gives rise to new publications, new collaborations, successful PhD applications, awarded ESO proposal, which is quite also a big deal for a young career researcher, and probably many more that we don't know yet. And I would like to say my special thanks to Dimitri Veras, who is a program mentor, and he only one mentor by now who works in the exoplanet field, and we have several applications who wanted to learn more about career opportunities in this particular field, And Dmitry shared with us an email from his mentee. That mentee wrote a lot of good things are happening. And I really wanted to thank you for helping me in this. I feel like your support was super helpful and changed my perspective on many things in my career in academia. So, actually, Dmitry helps or supports several mentees, and he is meeting, as he told me, he's meeting with his mentees whatever the mentees feel like having conversation with Dmitry. So it's not a regular meeting once a month or so. It's just when the mentees really need a support, a help, or things to discuss with Dmitry. So I'm really thankful to Dmitry. And also today, Janina from Mexico joined us from, as I said, from Mexico, and she helped the master student Prashi from Potsdam, Germany. I really felt that this match is quite difficult because different continents, but maybe Janina, after my talk, will say a few words how this partnership works for her. I'm also very happy to have this pair. The other inspiring story of success was between a mentor, Iharka Xilik. She works in Romania, and first she had a mentee, Simon Angel, who is now in Romania, but at his application, he was working in Paris Observatory, and he and Iharka actually not only started the mentorship program, but also they started collaborations because their fields of research were the same or very close. But after a year, we asked Iharka if she agrees to mentor another mentee, this time from Brazil, Marcelo De Chico, and Marcelo also this year actually, thanks to Europlanet, also visited Romania, and you see in this picture the first time they both mentees and mentor met for the first time. And as you can see from this sentence, Iharka had an idea that if both mentees work in the same area and projects, they can collaborate in the future. So she, at the international conference, created a collaboration group of researchers for detecting and characterizing fireballs between Romania, between Brazil and Hungary. So it was quite a success story, but also Iharka participated in the evaluation with Jane Devitt. Jane probably will also add a few words after my talk. So Iharka was very happy that she started a collaboration with both mentees, and she wrote a paper led by Simon Angel. They wrote together a scientific paper and also planned to publish paper with Marcelo. So it's also very nice that Europlanet could support and mentorship program give rise to this collaboration. To finish almost my talk, I want to mention that we are few people here, but if you share between your colleagues that mentorship program works, and we all the times are recruiting people, not only mentees, but especially mentors. I listed here several topics that currently I'm looking mentors in those fields, but it doesn't mean that if you don't work in this field, you can't apply. Please apply and be in our pool. We will contact you once we have a mentee that needs your guidance. And I listed here planet geology, aerospatial engineering, exoplanets, planetary exploration, small solar system bodies and such on, or physics, astrophysics on observational star formation and planetary atmospheres. And I would like to raise the last questions of today. If you could participate again in the last poll. So again, and join the poll and answer, would you like to be a mentor or mentee? Maybe you are mentee today, but you would like to be a mentor one day. You can also answer this question, maybe yes, no. It takes a responsibility to participate in the program, but I think it's very beneficial if you have a guidance for your future career. So we have 6 people participating. Probably some are doubting or having a nice afternoon coffee. Yeah. Okay, so again, very nice. We have again 83% that would like to be mentors or mentee and 17 not. Fair enough. Okay, thank you so much participating in this pool, and there will be no more questions, I promise. And the last bit of this talk is evaluation. So if you go in our page, you will find a link to submit your feedback. It doesn't matter if you are mentee or mentor, we need your feedbacks. And because this helps us to improve the program. And also we want you to participate in a longer discussion, like 10 minutes talk with Jane David, our program officer. You can see her now, and answer a longer 10 minutes discussion about this program, because we really need to have your feedback. Okay, I just want to show you a few slides that if you go there, there is a box mentoring program evaluation form, and this form is really straightforward. You just click some boxes and answer to the questions. And the last stop is that when you get the email that you've been matched with a mentor or mentee, we ask you for a short feedback, because this is also important for us to know if you contacted a mentor, if you had your first meeting, and we asked for short questionnaire. It seems not very important, but this is the way how we can track that the peer is actually speaking with each other. Not that we send that email and you are matched, but this is a short feedback, a green flag that the peer is actually a peer, not just an email that been sent to separate inbox. Okay, and invite to read our Europlanet magazine that is publicly available on Europlanet Society webpage. We try to keep an update about the program in this nice magazine. And the last slide, sorry for taking so long, is that in the mentoring program page is one part of the bigger platform where you can find information about the current PhD position offers, job opportunities, and workshops. So you can use this page to gather information on your future positions or conferences. So with this, I would like to thank you for your attention, and we could have small discussions with you now and to hear your voices.
So thank you so much, Edita. I think everybody can hear just how much time and effort and care is put in by Edita and her colleagues in keeping this or setting this up and supporting the mentors and mentees in the program. So thank you very much to her. If you do have questions, then please either pop them in the chat or in the Q&A. Maybe first, we'll go to Janina to whether you'd like to say something about your experiences as a mentor.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for this invitation. I think I have not too much to say because I'm very new in this. Well, first of all, I'm Mexican. I'm living in Mexico. I did my master and PhD studies in astrophysics, and I'm a professor of astronomy in a state university in the northwest part of Mexico, and where we have the only graduate program in astronomy in the country. There are many places in Mexico where you can study a master or a PhD degree in astronomy, but we have the only one in graduate program. So we are very happy for this. And about the mentorship, but I'm here to learn. No, because I have not too much experience. I just have been once a mentor with that girl that Edita showed us, a girl from India, studying in Germany. We had two sessions per month. We have a few sessions, and we were discussing how to proceed in a career in astronomy. What can you do? Where can you study? Where we were talking about this. She was interested to talk about her needs in order to select where to apply to a PhD program. She's a master's student in Germany. And in those days, she was applying for a summer school in Leiden, and we were talking about how to apply for this summer school. And also, I contact her to a friend of mine from India who studied in Mexico, and he's now doing a postdoc in Ireland. And she was to talk to another Indian to study in another country astronomy. So they meet each other to talk about his experience in here in Mexico, and I guess also in Ireland, and also about this. She always had a lot of questions. Sometimes she apologized because I'm sorry, I have another question, and but it was very good because she was also asking me about how to get money to do research. I talked to her my experience here in my university in Mexico. So how to manage the money, what we can do with this, what we cannot do with this, with the money with the grants that you get in order to do research. So it was I was very happy to talk with her. She was very kind, and she had a lot of questions. She's very enthusiastic. So she was successful she was accepted to that summer school in Leiden. So they were asked from her advisors to finish her thesis before going to the summer school. So we stopped the mentoring because she asked to me that I have to do my thesis because I have to go to the school. So it was some weeks ago. So I guess she's now defending her thesis, but she was very kind and very grateful for the advices. My advices did not were the reasons, I guess, that she was accepted, but maybe help her a bit. and she was thankful for this. We talk about many things about where to study, where to apply for a PhD in order to her needs, because the money, the grant, because the how far he can be from India in order to go to India in holidays, not to be too many times, too much time far from her family. So we explore many options in order to apply for a PhD program, and it was very nice. So as I said at the beginning, I'm here to learn because I have not experience. So I will to listen another mentors, and if it's possible, mentees too. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I mean, I think it's really interesting, sort of, you know, the capacity that also the option of being a mentor has for learning and for gaining experience of supervision, and more generally sort of looking at career development. Jen, are you with us? Yes, there we go. Would you like to just tell us a bit more about where we've got to with the program and sort of the evaluation?
Sure. I'm guessing you can see me. I can't see myself. Oh, okay. There we go. Sorry, trying to work out Zoom on a laptop that is not my own and settings that are not bad. Anyway, yeah. So in terms of the evaluation, how sort of, I think a bit of context might be helpful. We originally, or I should say, Edita originally said, okay, and let's have some evaluation, let's collect some feedback, and that was all fine. And then in a conversation we had, I was sort of brought into the conversation at that point, and kind of wanted to flag that there's a lot of research out there in terms of social sciences around and people's experiences as well, but around the importance that mentorship can have for career development, especially when it comes to individuals from backgrounds that are perhaps underrepresented in a field. So one of the things that was really heartening was to see the proportion of mentees who are female, for example. And so, and how this kind of thing can really be a huge benefit to somebody's career. And I thought, well, this is really important that we need to capture this in more detail, because it becomes a part of the narrative that we have and the case that we make for the value of Europlanet, and how we understand what the research infrastructure as a whole is doing. There's a lot that's coming out from the broader evaluation about the importance of networks and connections and support for people's careers that happens in a range of different ways. And the mentorship program is a really robust and really strong part of that. So that's what's really been coming out. And as Edita said, you know, in part or Anita, sorry, in part it's, you know, the value for the mentors, but also the mentees. And the really wonderful thing about the mentorship program is that it can really take slightly different, you know, is that it has flexibility. So it can take different forms to a certain extent, depending on where the mentee is, you know, not just geographically, but where they are in their career path, the kinds of things they're interested in, what their concerns are. And it really provides a chance to sort of advance their careers in terms of the connections that they make, the, you know, possibilities for things like, you know, grant proposals or, you know, or papers or things like that. I mean, that's, and obviously that's important, but also who else they know and who they can talk about, you know, perhaps in some cases with one mentor I talked about, he had spoken with quite a few of his mentees about how do I switch into something that's slightly different, you know, and it's the kind of thing that either someone's supervisor either might not actually know about, which is logical, or they might feel uncomfortable talking with their supervisor or someone in their lab or at their organization with. So it's really useful kind of outside perspective. So I think in terms of the evaluation, what's coming out of it is kind of what you'd hope to see, what you'd hope to hear in the evaluation of a good mentoring program. So it is sort of validating what it's doing. And yeah, so it's really satisfying in terms of the overall evaluation and what we're doing, and being able to sort of identify precisely what sorts of things seem to be helping and what it seems to be doing beyond just, hey, yeah, it was helpful. I mean, that's useful to know that as well, but it's good to have the detail because it helps us understand more about the program and how we can continue to build it and improve it. And the last thing I was just going to say is that what we do in terms of the evaluation is we have kind of two levels. So there's a feedback form, which is good, but then, you know, and doesn't take long. And that's a really key thing. But then also the conversations that I have, which is where some real good detail comes out. But even those are quite short and quite flexible. So if anyone here is a mentee, becomes a mentee, please do talk to me. It won't take long. It won't be scary. And it's it really is those, you know, 10 minutes that you can spare really make a huge difference. And that's where I'll leave it.
Thank you so much, Jen. Again, I encourage anybody listening that has any questions to drop them into the chat. And if you don't want to ask now, then we can also, Edita, can you just drop the email address as well, so that if there's anything that you think of afterwards, or any more information that you might like to have about the program, you're very welcome to follow up. Grażyna, you're also a mentor. Would you like to say a couple of words about your experiences?
Yes, sorry, my video is out of order today. I have 3 mentees. I'm very glad, and I think that it is very important to have some kind of mentor. And I remember when I was young, I also was thinking it would be good to have some person outside Lithuania to ask some questions and advices, and to get some new experience. And for young people, it is very good to have some person to ask something confidentially. For example, if you are at your own university and you can contact, for example, another person to ask something, is that good or wrong in what is going, but then there is a probability that this contact could be revealed for your direct supervisor or somebody else. And when you communicate with a person from another country who has no connections to your environment, you feel a bit more safe, and you can ask for the advice. So my first mentee was a young girl from India, and I found out that she is looking for a PhD position, and I saw that she is quite active, is attending various courses in astronomy, and I saw that she is a serious and having goals person. So actually I invited her to apply to our university, and she applied, and now she is my PhD student. I think that this is quite a nice case that we met each other, and now she already passed 1 year of her studies and everything goes well. So it is good. And another mentee was asking about the defense procedure that was already at the final year of studies. So that person had some, how to say, doubts. Is everything goes well? Cared about time period so far she's or he receiving feedbacks from various institutions, etc. So I told that, well, to my understanding, people need time to read the thesis work, to give feedback. So I calmed down her and him, how to say. So, and we will be in contact again. So far the defense will be finalized, and I hope everything will be well. And now recently I got the third mentee, but we did not have yet a contact, just email exchange. So I had a very busy period now, so soon I hope we will meet, and I will see what needs, what advices that person needs, how I can help. And I think that young people should not be afraid to join such mentorship programs. I believe that all mentors, they all were young at some point in their life, and they understand that, and they know that it is possible to help young people. So I advise to continue with this activity, and everything will be useful.
Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much for that, and thank you, Didier, for your comments. We only have a few minutes left. If there's any more questions, then this is your chance. And otherwise, I would like to thank, first of all our mentors and mentees for participating in the programme, and then particularly to Edita for all the work that she puts in keeping this going and supporting the programme, and to Jen for following up on the evaluation. So thank you very much. Callum, our next webinar will be, I think, on the Expert Exchange programme. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. That should be most likely on the 29th of November.
So we've already had a brief taste of that when Edita mentioned the visit by the mentee from Brazil to Romania, but there should be some other good case studies. But thank you so much to Edita, to Grażyna, to Giannina, and to Jen today for joining us and for sharing experiences. And yes, I thank you to all of you for joining us, and please do consider joining the mentorship scheme. Ignacio, what you missed is an opportunity to join as a mentor or a mentee. So look at signing up now. We will be posting the video of this on the website as well, and there's plenty of information too about the mentorship program. So thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Oh, excellent. We've got mentors and mentees that signed up during the session. So this has been a great success. Brilliant. thank you very much, everybody, and thank you, Callum, for doing the
Thank
admin and sorting it all out. So
Yeah, thank
goodbye.
everyone.
See you next month.
Thank you,
Cheers from
everyone.
Mexico.
Good luck.
Good luck.
You too.